Orders of the day.
Ballot item number 42, private member's notice of motion number 68. Mr. Sabawy.
I recognize the member for Mississauga, Aaron Mills.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that, as an opinion of this House, the Solicitor General should explore the feasibility of standardizing a province-wide three-digit phone number to consolidate all non-emergency calls across the province and explore this initiative viability to prevent the overuse of non-emergency calls made to 911.
Mr. Sabawy has moved private member's notice of motion number 68. Pursuant to Standing Order 100, the member has 12 minutes for his presentation.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It is an honor to put forward my motion for a new three-digit phone number. I am proposed a standardized three-digit non-emergency phone number that would, if passed, alleviate 911 from non-urgent calls that should better be directed elsewhere. This is an initiative that we have been working on for a long time. I am very excited to discuss this motion today, and I hope my colleagues will support this proposal. Speaker, let me start by telling a story. Last week, we installed a new phone system in my constituency office. The existing landlines were old and obsolete. The talented IT department at the Legislative Assembly installed the new phones that are connected to Microsoft Teams, allowing us better control over voicemails, call transfers, and other features. After many years on an old system, the new phones allow my staff and I to be more effective in the delivery of our services. The old phones had been hold us back. This provides an example of how government services can be more effective if we implement a new and innovative technologies. As an IT specialist and a professor, I have been in the world of networking and routing for many decades. I was an early adopter of voice over IP technologies in the 1990s, and I have witnessed the transition from an analog to digital age. We know that governments are slow in adopting of technology, but when it comes to public safety, we cannot afford to wait. We must ensure that our public services are innovative and modern to ensure efficiency and good delivery of services. That's why when we look at 911 services, we need to take action. Speaker, we know that 911 services are critical. Any unnecessary delays for 911 is dangerous. The idea for this motion arose because of this simple but significant problem. The 911 phone number is overburdened by non-emergency phone calls. 911 is for emergencies only. But unfortunately, too many calls are being made to 911 for reasons that are not an emergency. On average, in major urban centers like Toronto, Ottawa, Peel, more than 40% of all incoming 911 calls are non-emergency. This includes non-priority or non-urgent police matters, non-police matters, calls for municipal or social services. For each phone call that comes to 911, emergency dispatcher services must process the call to determine its priority. Therefore, non-emergencies are a substantial drain on 911 operators' time. Every minute wasted is a minute not available for true emergencies. For example, in 2019, Toronto Police received 1,900,000 calls to 911. 800,000 of those calls were illegitimate phone calls to 911. To identify emergencies from non-emergencies, dispatcher must answer all calls and spend time on the phone verifying the call. If each call took approximately or estimately 3 minutes, this means that approximately 2 million manpower hours and millions of dollars are wasted every year because of non-emergencies calls. We must address the problem of 911 being overburdened. Almost all police departments in Ontario have a non-emergency phone number. Each region has a 10-digit regular phone number. For example, in Peel Region, the phone number is 905-453-3311. However, these numbers are long, complicated, and not easy to remember. Additionally, each region has a different phone number. So, if someone is outside their home region and wish to call the non-emergency police number, they probably don't know it. They make the process of calling police very complicated and confusing. Many people are calling 911 instead of non-emergency numbers because they don't know who else to call. They can't remember. Speaker, we need to alleviate the burden from 911 in as many ways as possible. Today, I'm proposing a standardized 3-digit non-emergency phone number. This would be simple, easy to remember, and standardized province-wide. No matter where you travel in Ontario, you would be able to contact police with just 3 digits on your phone dial pad. Speaker, the advantages are clear. If Ontarians can remember non-emergency number, they will use it instead of 911. 911 would therefore be for emergencies only, saving time and resources for dispatchers and first responders. Here's how 3 digits would work. For example, we can suggest a number like 922 per se, for 911 for first priority, 922 for second priority. In cooperation with partners who might include the Federal Canadian Radio Telecommunication Commission, CRTC, telecommunications providers like Rogers, Bell, and TELUS, and local police departments, the Solicitor General would explore the feasibility of standardizing a province-wide 3-digit phone number. We don't yet know which phone number will be chosen. That decision will be made in consultation with the CRTC and telecommunication providers. Assumably, like suggestion could be 922. But for example, 922 as a non-emergency number, regardless if implemented, a phone call to those 3 digits would be routed to the nearest police department existing 10-digit non-emergency phone number. Calls would be routed automatically based on geographical region. This would use the same telephone routing technologies as similar services like 911. In Ontario, we already have 3-digit numbers for many services. For example, 911 for emergencies, 311 for municipal services, 811 for telehealth, and 988 for suicide prevention line. Speaker, the good news about the 3-digit numbers is that it would be effective, no cost for the provincial government. The infrastructure for non-emergency call centers already exists at most police departments across the province. Therefore, provincial taxpayers would not be on a hook for any infrastructure charges or changes. The only change necessary would be a reroute the call. Telecommunication providers already provide this service for other phone numbers. Local municipalities could also choose to advertise the new phone number, but this would be up to their own decision. The technology and infrastructure include call centers already exist to implement a 3-digit non-emergency phone number. We just need to work with our partners to get it done. Toronto Police implemented a pilot project in August of 2025. Now, Toronto residents on mobile phones can dial *877 to be redirected to the police non-emergency call centers. In the first 4 months, This new number, not fully known, already received over 11,000 phone calls. Speaker, this proves that Ontarians have a need that can be resolved by 3-digit non-emergency phone number. My goal is to expand this project beyond Toronto and ensure that other municipalities also are able to benefit from that service. We have received public support from municipalities, including the mayors of Mississauga and Brampton. They want to explore whether this service could benefit their residents. Today's motion would begin the process of exploring the province-wide implementation of non-emergency number. Speaker, our government made a commitment last year to protect Ontario by clearing up our streets. We have invested tremendous resources into improving policies, bail reform, correctional facilities, the justice system, first responders, medical services, and hospitals. Our government is committed to supporting emergency services and making sure that Ontarians are safe and secure in their communities. We know that first responders, including police, fire, medical, and emergency service, work hard and they put their lives at the risk to serve their community. We must continue supporting them. But none of this investment matters if 911 is backlogged by calls that waste dispatchers' time. That's why we must do everything we can to also support our 911 dispatchers who do work very hard to keep us safe. Speaker, we recently implemented Next Generation 911 in Ontario. I'm happy to say that last year, Peel Police were the first region in Ontario to completely implement the new NG 911. This is a transformative digital technology that makes it easier for call center to manage calls and increase the amount of data available to dispatcher at first responders. Today, motion complement this progress and build upon the Next Generation 911 to support emergency dispatcher service. We must continue to be innovative to ensure that our services are benefiting from technologies made. Speaker, I want to thank many people who have supported us going through this here today. I want to thank Premier and Solicitor General for supporting this motion, for being willing to explore the visibility of this project, and for their constant hard work protecting Ontarians. I want to thank Toronto Police Service, in particular, Superintendent Gregory Watts, Deputy Chief Peter Yan, Monica DiTolo, Sarah Mardos, and Beverly Romeo Behler. They took this idea, implemented, piloted, and then provided us with critical data on the pilot project success. Madam Speaker, and I'll use a lift of the time to thank and extend my appreciation for the Peel Police Regional Police, including the Chief Nish, Deputy Chief Anthony O'Darney, Superintendent Mark and Patricia Hewson, also the Ottawa Police and City of Ottawa, Commissioner Steve Grade and Beth Gooding. I would like also to appreciate the other many stakeholders who expressed their interest and support for this motion, including Mayor Patrick Brown, Mayor Caroline Barish, and the councils of City of Mississauga and City of Brampton. And I would like to say that I heard our colleagues' debate on the bill. And first of all, I would like to clarify that the bill is not solving all the issues. It's addressing a specific issue, which is the overwhelming use of 911. So that's addressing part of the problem, not all the problem. And I hear you, I understand you, and I appreciate very much the need, and I definitely would expect and I would appreciate to have the service extended everywhere, and not any government other than this government try to help the Northern, develop the North, putting back the Northern terrain to service the North, putting projects in the North, implementing more health care, more internet, high-speed internet in the North, everywhere. And things will come, but as I mentioned, like, we need as much as possible to address a problem, imminent problem we have now. Now, my colleague from the Liberal side, I appreciate her need and talk about Scarborough. And I would like to say something about the service which we are trying to create is better than some of the voices which wanted to fine the people who use 911 if it's not an emergency use. This is discouraging people from reaching to the police. We want to encourage people to report to the police what they see and if there's any situation. And this also will help this kind of services like neighborhood watch services, which is basically if I know easily that I can report something I seen. It's not emergency, but I noticed something, I observed something, I see some danger, I can report it, and I will have a number I can easily remember. Even if I'm walking and see something, I will call the 3 digits, and I will get to the localized non-emergency. Thank you. Now, Speaker, I would like also to thank all the members who took the time today to speak on this important topic of public safety. We know that nothing is more important than safety of our loved ones. In an increasingly uncertain world, the residents are trusting our government to protect Ontario by clearing up our streets and keeping communities safe. That's exactly what we are doing. We are investing in police, in law enforcement, in emergency services, and we are expanding the number of police officers by building a new police college and eliminating the tuition fees for the basic constable training program. Last year, Peel Region Police accomplished their goal of recruiting 300 new police officers. In addition, we are building more jails and implementing stricter bail enforcement to keep criminals off the streets. We are cracking down on violent crime, such as auto theft, carjacking, robberies, and home invasion. These crimes have no place in Ontario, and we are putting resources into policing and justice to stop criminals. Therefore, Speaker, today's motion is just one part of our strategy to protect Ontario. A standardized 3-digit non-emergency phone number would help complement existing action by freeing law enforcement to prioritize the real emergencies. Our goal is to continue improving 911 dispatch services to ensure faster response time. The 3-digit non-emergency phone number will make a meaningful difference. I am looking forward to working with the Solicitor General and with other stakeholders to make this a reality. Thank you.
The time provided for private members' public business has expired. Mr. Sabawy has moved private members' notice of motion number 68. Is it the pleasure of the House that the motion carry? I declare the motion carried. All matters relating to private members' public business having been completed, this House stands adjourned until Monday, May 25th at 9 a.m. I hope everyone has a safe and happy constituency week.